Who should you pull for? Shorekeeper, Camellya, Jiyan, Yinlin, Youhu, Lumi. Who's meta and who's worth the investment? Today I'll rate each character out of 5, 5 being a must pull and 1 being not really worth it. So first we have my man Jiyan. I feel like Jiyan is going to be the first rerun character, since Kuro Games hasn't really made any announcements about a new character yet, and they wouldn't really release a new character without drip marketing first. And since Jiyan was the first limited banner character, it's very likely that it'll be him. And yup guys, guess what? I was right. So they forgot to announce it in the English version, but they announced it in the other languages. So yeah, it's been confirmed. Jiyan is going to be on the second banner during 1.3. So Jiyan is an arrow broadblade user who wants all of your attention when he's in your team. He was the first limited banner character, and ever since then his use rate has just been going down. And don't get me wrong, he's a really good character, probably the easiest character to use in the game if built correctly. His ultimate does a ton of damage with the super fast attacks, and he's my go-to character for events and the depths of Elusive Realm, just because of his AoE, crowd control, and also his auto parry. Like, his attacks are so fast during his ultimate that I don't even need to pay attention. I just hold the attack button while he parries all of the attacks, and I just go chill and blast some music. But that is also the main problem with him. Outside of his ultimate, his damage isn't really the best, and his entire kit depends on his ultimate. So if you don't build him right with enough ER, then he'll just feel clunky to play, and I feel like his value kinda goes down every version, since he can't keep up with the damage of the newer units, but his AoE and crowd control kinda make up for it. But I sadly can't really recommend him as a must pull, even though I really like him, but I don't want you guys to pull for him, and then in the next version they just release another DPS unit that out damages him again. But if you have more than enough pulls and you really like him, then you can go for him, but don't expect him to out damage any new main DPS characters anytime soon. For now, I'll give him a rating of 3.7 out of 5, just because nobody can keep up with his easy playstyle and his big AoE and crowd control. But he will always be my favorite character in the game. Let's move on to the second rerun character, which will probably be Yinlin, since she was the second limited banner character. Yinlin is currently the best sub DPS character in the game and could work in almost any team just because of her off-field damage, and she doesn't require much field time, which just gives her more synergy with other main DPS characters, and the fact that her damage is AoE just makes it even better. She does provide buffs to electro characters, but also characters that need resonance liberation damage bonus work well with her, which is most of the main DPS characters. Her value has just been going up ever since her release, and if you're being honest, it's no surprise. She also has the current best rectifier in the game, the String Master, and you can't go wrong with it, since it also works on other rectifier characters too, and since it's crit rate, it'll make building her and her echoes a lot easier. The only cons that she has is that some people might not like quick swapping, and swap cancelling might be tricky for some people. And another big issue with her is that you will get distracted while playing her. I'm gonna be honest here, I skipped her during her release since she was the second limited banner character, and I didn't really see much value in her since it was too early for me to judge and there weren't that many characters out there yet, and I regret not going for her. So this time I'm definitely pulling for her, and she gets a 4 out of 5 pull value. Now let's start with what you've all been waiting for, the new banners. So first let's start with 1.3, and we have the Shorekeeper in the first half. She is a spectral healer that also buffs your team's damage, which means that you can put her in any team and she will provide value. And she also helps with exploration through her butterfly form, where she can also collect plants for you. She also provides an extra buff if she's in a team with Rover. So yeah, if you're a free to play Rover demon, then you'll have fun with her. And besides, the devs are begging you to pull for her so that Verena can finally rest. She needs a lot of ER, so most people who can't get a 250% ER will probably go for her weapon, but to be honest, I'm not really sure if her weapon is worth your Astrite, especially as a free to play. If you're saving for Camellya too, unless her weapon, which is supposed to buff your team's damage, also works on other healers too, like Verena. But the Shorekeeper herself, if you look at it from another perspective, then we'll see that we already have a lot of DPS characters, and currently Verena is the only 5-star healer, and I don't really see them releasing another 5-star healers anytime soon, especially since they put so much effort into her. I mean, let's be honest, 1.2 was a filler patch just so that they could focus on the Shorekeeper, and if they're ready to give up an entire version just for a character, then yeah, she must be a must pull. So she gets a 5 out of 5 pull rate. I mean, you can put her on any team and she will provide a lot of value. You also need 3 healers for your 3 teams in a tower, and I can't really see any other healer keeping up with her other than maybe Verena. And remember, she's not only a healer but also a buffer, so she also provides more damage for your team. As for her weapon, I'll just leave it to fate. On my account, I mean, it's good to have, but Kuro Games has been releasing so many good characters recently that it makes it hard to pull for her weapons. So I've decided to just do 40 pulls on her weapon banner, and if I get it, then I get it, and if I don't, then it is what it is. And I'll only need 40 pulls for our next weapon banner. Next we have Youhu, a 4-star support and the first 4-star to release since the release of the game. I could see her working in many teams with her different buffs and her being super fun to play thanks to her unique playstyle and her QTE mechanics. But sadly, she'll be on the second banner during 1.3, so Jiyan's banner. I mean, it could be a good thing if you're going for Jiyan, but if you're not, then yeah. I'm probably not gonna go for her since I already have Jiyan, and I don't want to risk my 50-50, but I might just do a 10 pull, and if I get her, then I get her, and if I don't, then I don't. But then again, I can always get her in a future banner, and since she's a 4-star, she's probably available in every single banner. And lastly, you have Camellya. There are some speculations about her being a Havoc resonator, and we don't really know much about her other than that, but the fact that Kuro Games had to redesign her 3 times and she's a fan favorite tells me that she will probably have a high pull value. I can't see her being a healer, so she'll probably be a main DPS or sub DPS. For now, I'll give her a pull value of 3.9 out of 5 until we know more about her during 1.3. I'm sorry guys, but I just can't see her being bad. Like, she has too many fans and Kuro Games knows that, so yeah, they can't disappoint with her. As for Lumi, it's the same story. We don't really know much yet, but looking at what they did with Youhu, I wouldn't really be surprised if they put her on Yinlin's banner. So yeah, I'll definitely go for the Shorekeeper since she's the first limited 5-star healer and we already have a lot of DPS characters. I won't be pulling for Jiyan since I already have him, and I don't need his weapon since he currently has Jinhsi's weapon, but I'll probably pull for Yinlin if I have enough pulls, but I might not get as lucky with her weapon if I don't have enough saved up for Camellya. And as for Camellya, I'll definitely try to get her. Oh, and by the way guys, if you're still short on Astrite, then you can just watch my Astrite clutching video where I explain every single way of getting Astrite, and there's at least 1 or 2 ways of getting Astrite that you haven't tried yet or know about. So yeah, it's definitely worth checking out because I know how hard it is right now with so many good characters coming out. And I'll also be streaming today. I'll actually make a new account and try to get Changliao like on my new account. You guys can watch that if you want. It'll be linked in the pinned comment. I mean, I only have like 2 days left to finish this event. I want to see if I can finish it today, and we could also try hitting 20 followers today. I think I'm at like 15 right now, so yeah, it would be really awesome if you guys could check it out. So yeah, check the pinned comment, come say hi, and leave a follow if you wanna help your boy. Thanks. And again guys, this is just my opinion. Other people will recommend different characters based on their accounts, but in a perfect world, we'll get all of the characters and their weapons. So yeah, what's your recommendation, or who do you plan on pulling? Let me know why and who in the comments, and I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, have a nice rest of your day or night.